Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup. Original. It's your boy DJ Dookie, your girl
Sierra Nicole.
We're back on the channel with another
Kid and C original.
to the camera. Oh, that.
Okay.
Man, welcome back to the channel.
Right.
We got a good 10-time story time for y'all today, man. We got what's the craziest customer experience you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear from y'all too, man. Y'all got to start hitting us up with y'all stories in the comments, bro.
I like to rate them.
Hey, I do got a crazy customer experience. I told you about this one. That time when I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods, aka DSG, or you know what I'm saying, if you work there, it's just Dick's. Not those, but... but
I wouldn't even think.
Hey, it was Christmas time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a long line.
Yeah.
Long line of people. So I'm in that motherfucker like this. Just skip. I'm trying to get on here and get the line down. Like, bro, we are busy. I ain't got time for no small talk, no chit chat. I'm trying to get y'all
in and out.
Get y'all rolling, bro. I'm trying to. You got your scorecard? Nah, all right, cool. I ain't even worried about it. Just kind of roll with it. Then here come this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I did him the same way I'm doing everybody else. All right. He said something to me. I said it back to him. Then I'm on telling the next couple, come on. Then he gets up to the front. Next time I tell you Merry Christmas, you say it back. Remember I told you? I'm like, dude. And he causing a big old scene.
Because you didn't say, well, you said it back, didn't you?
No, I told him have a good day. And I said next customer.
He said Merry Christmas
and
I
didn't
said have a good day.
No, I had told him, I said, all right, you have a good day, sir. And then I was like, next customer. And he had walked off.
Oh.
But then he gets up to the front. Next time I tell you Merry Christmas, you say it back.
Did you look back and say, what?
I'm like, who the fuck? I knew he was talking to me because he said, hey, you just checked that with me. So then he went and told the manager.
And what the manager say?
He asked me what the hell I said, bro. You know the crazy shit?
What?
I got rolled up.
Because you didn't say Merry Christmas?
Because I didn't say Merry Christmas.
I would have been like, I don't even celebrate Christmas.
Kwanzaa, nigga.
I was like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you write me up because I didn't say.
I got rolled up because a customer was mad and they filed a complaint that I didn't say Merry Christmas.
That's crazy.
Bruh, that's why I said the corporate world is not for me because it's too many fucking weirdos out here, bruh.
For real.
Man, sorry to so long, but with that being said, make sure you check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, every single time we salute to the comment of the day.
Salute to
we
you.
highly appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep running us up. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, like it in with a thumbs up, man. But we finna find out some of the craziest customer experience these people have ever had. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out, y'all.
To stitch this and tell me about the craziest customer experience you've ever had. Here's mine.
So glad you asked this one because this one still haunts me to this day. All right, we had a lady that would come in on the regular and you could tell she didn't take care of herself. Like her hair was greasy, bugs would come out of her purse, off her clothes, out of her hair. Customers would complain about her smelling like strong BO and urine. My teammates knew I didn't have a sense of smell, so they would always make me help her. She was a sweet lady. Like I got to know her because she always came to me. One time she came in, shook her leg, and feces fell out of her pants. The last time I helped her, she came in, I was busy, so she waited for me in the lobby. When I finally was ready to go help her, I checked on her. She was dead.
Oh my gosh. Yo, look, this is too much. Look,
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm
you
itching.
cannot recover from that. There's no way you can recover from that.
She
She was dead when you went to check on her. She died there on your watch. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank you for asking. So it turns out the dead lady was super rich, like crazy rich, and left me money in her will. Her grandson that was supposed to be taking care of her was so mad because I got more money than he did. So we were fighting for months and then we fell in love. No, that did not happen. This is not a Lifetime movie. This is what really happened. Okay, so I went to go check on her. She was not waking up or responding, so I even tapped her on the shoulder. Still no movement. So I told my manager, I said, hey, I think she fell asleep, but I can't get her to wake up. What should we do? My manager's like, I don't know. Let's wait a couple minutes. A couple minutes passed by. A lot of complaints from other customers about her smell was happening. So then I decided to try to wake her up again. Still no movement. So my boss called the police. The police came out, checked her out, and said, yeah, she's dead. And then came back a couple days later to tell me to go get a tetanus shot.
I want you to stitch this and tell me about the craziest customer experience you've ever had.
I was 18 years old working at PetSmart. An older woman comes into the store pushing an empty cart. About 20 minutes later, she comes to the register with a full cart. Before I can start ringing her up, she hands me a receipt and says, I'd like to return all these items. I freeze because I have no idea what to do. Had to hide in the closet because my kids are too loud. Anyway, the cashier in the register next to me sees what's happening. She goes to get our manager. Manager comes up and asks what's going on. The woman says, I'm trying to return my item. But my manager already knows what she's doing. He straight up says, ma'am, I reviewed the security footage and I saw you walk in with an empty cart. I'm going to give you one opportunity to leave this store right now. She freaks out, starts screaming at the top of her lungs that we're trying to steal her stuff, starts trying to leave with this cart full of items. My manager cuts her off and makes it to the sliding doors, closes them and locks them, tells us to call the police, and this woman takes her cart full of dog food, cat litter, and starts ramming my manager into the sliding doors.
Stitch this and tell me about the craziest customer experience.
The craziest customer experience I ever had happened when I was 15 years old working at Family Dollar. I was working the register one day and this older gentleman comes in and I greet him like I do every other customer. Like, hey, how you doing? Hopefully you have a great day. I smile. Next thing you know, he comes in the next day and he gives me a card. And inside the card is like, thank you for smiling with a little note. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, thank you. That's sweet. Well, long story short, he ends up turning into a freaking stalker who comes consistently, specifically looking for me, trying to give me things. One day he even writes me a long letter talking about I should go work at the zoo with him and he can be Tarzan and I can be Jane. Just a whole bunch of weird things. Mind you, this guy's like 40, I'm 15. It was crazy. Well, ended up getting to the point where like I was scared whenever I was at work because he would come in and go through every aisle searching for me. It's creepy. It got really bad. My supervisor got an altercation with him. The police had to be called. My partner at the time tried to show up and defend me and fight him. It was a situation.
All right, TikTok. I want you to stitch.
That actually happens a lot, though.
That happens a lot.
And especially like in the restaurant industry, it happens a lot. These dudes be weird, bro. Like, legit. I'm gonna try to find her. Her name just came. It's this little short girl. Everybody thought she was the cutest chick. Cause I worked with her at Olive Garden at Buffalo Wild Wings. But and dudes, I told you, dudes would be like, ask her for her number, right? They'll have like a $20 bill in this hand and like $2 in this hand, and she was a server. And they'll be like, can I have your phone number? She'd be like, no. She's the nicest person ever. She'll be like, no, I actually have a boyfriend. Like, she had a boyfriend.
And so instead of leaving her to 20,
they'd be like, well, here you go. Here's your tip. You have a good day. And she'll see them. And this had happened to her a lot.
That's crazy.
And she'd be like, to the point where she fucking hated working because people always tried to get over her.
It's strange and weird and awkward and uncomfortable. Yeah.
And then some dudes would come in and she'd just be like,
and then
I'm going home. I cannot mentally deal with this.
And some of them will like remember the days you work and come in on a
service. It can be iffy. You can't. Me, I had a consistent schedule. Some people don't. Yeah.
And tell me about the craziest customer experience you've.
I used to work for Best Buy, and I had some lady from a trailer park come in saying that she needed Wi-Fi because her neighbor wouldn't let her use his Wi-Fi anymore. I told her, okay, you either need to get set up with some kind of internet service provider, or if you have a phone company, get yourself a hotspot. She was like, okay, I'll use the hotspot. How does that work? I told her it's based on the amount of gigabytes you allocate per month. So you got to pay for a certain amount of gigabytes, and you can't go over that. This lady looked me in the face and said, what the hell is a niggabyte?
I want you to stitch this and tell me about the craziest customer experience you've ever had.
So I was working at this UPS store. This old man came in with his old ass shoebox and he laid it across the counter and popped against my computer and this big cloud of dust came out. How you doing today, sir? How can I help? Oh, I need to ship this to my great aunt in Missouri.
Oh my God, Missouri. Oh my God.
Missouri, you say? Alrighty, no big deal. Oh, what are we shipping? Oh, well, it's my sister's ashes. You mother...
Tell me about the craziest
I already knew when he said a big good. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh, there's somebody in there.
customer experience you've ever had.
Zero.
Okay, so when I was in college, I worked at Hollister, and on Black Fridays, I would work from like midnight until noon the next day. So it was like 4 a.m. There was hardly anyone left in the mall. It was kind of like our dead time. We were all just chilling. And then like the 5 o'clock rush of people came in. When you work at Hollister, you have a strict rule. You are not allowed to sell any clothing that has been on a mannequin. Because we like poke holes in them and like put pins through them so they stick on the mannequin the right way. Well, this lady came in and she was demanding that we give her this hat off of a mannequin. And I explained to her the rule and she was yelling at me and cussing me out and saying like, you can't even do your job. I just want to buy the hat. And I just was like, ma'am, there's a hole in it. Like, you don't want this hat. She's like, yeah, I want it with the hole in it. So needless to say, we had to get security and get her out of the store, but it was memorable.
Craziest customer experience you've ever had.
I used to work at Barney's, New York. It was a very high-end department store. It sold all the top designers in the world. This woman comes over to me. She tells me that she lost her favorite Armani blazer last night, and she's so pissed. Do I have the blazer? And I was like, let me check. I checked. It's totally sold out. I said, if it comes back in stock, I can always call you and let you know. She's like, oh my God, that would be amazing. She's like, so I want to return the blazer though, still. And I was like,
Huh?
I thought you said you lost it last night in a cab. And she's like, yeah, I did, but I'm still paying for it on my credit card. And I don't think that's fair. And I'm just like, okay, but like the way the return works is like, I would need the blazer back so I can give you your money back. And she's like, I just told you I don't have the blazer. Can you get someone that understands that I need my money back for this blazer that I don't own anymore? I'm not going to pay for a blazer I don't own anymore.
About the craziest customer experience.
For the story purpose, we're just going to call her Karen. Karen is losing her shit at this point. She is hysterical at this point, and I'm just literally staring at her and she's staring at me. We are having a staring contest. I want to say for 45 seconds, felt like 45 minutes. She breaks the silence with a new personality number 4, and she's, trying to be sweet, and she's like, I know you understand what I'm feeling. I know it's so disappointing to like lose something that you love. And I'm like, no, it's so disappointing. I totally understand how disappointing this could be. But I'm just going to like say it one more time. There's like nothing I can do without the blazer. Then personality 5 shows up and she's like, do you know how long I've shopped at Barney's? Longer than you've been alive. And I was like, wow. So because I know now that you're a loyal customer, I know you know the return policy. There's nothing I can do. Have a good day.
The craziest customer experience you've ever had.
I worked at this particular job for a pretty long time, and this is the only time I've ever had to call the cops in any job I've ever had. So in the area that I worked in, there was a lot of homeless, and I was always really nice about letting them go to the bathroom because a lot of businesses around ours didn't let them. One day, a woman came in, asked if she could use the restroom. I was like, of course. Then an hour goes by, and then I realized the bathroom is still locked because a lot of customers are like going back and being like complaining and stuff. So I was like, shit, she's still in there. I have to go and probably kick her out. So I go to the back, I knock, don't hear anything. I slowly turn the handle and it's turning, so that means it's unlocked. So I'm like, oh, she must have left or something when I wasn't paying attention. So I open the door and she's standing there, like full frontal, just staring at me, and I'm looking at her and she's butt ass naked. So I whipped that hoe shut and I said, I'm so sorry, but you gotta go. I'm running out of time. Part 2. So I closed the door, I asked her to leave nicely, and she was like, yeah, I'll be out of here any minute. And she kind of just wasn't leaving, so finally I had to kind of pull the, You have to go, otherwise I have to call the police, because it's hurting the business. Something I want to add is it's so unfortunate that homeless people a lot of the times have to shower in bathrooms of places like that because they don't have any other options. And the last thing I want to do is call the police and have her face something that I know she probably doesn't have the resources to deal with. To make a long story short, she did leave the bathroom, but she was loitering around. She wasn't leaving. She was really out of it, was bothering other customers and just kind of making a mess everywhere. And I kept saying, like, I'm not going to have any choices, like, please leave. And she just wasn't leaving. So the police come and she's formally kicked out. And I got the pleasure of cleaning the bathroom that was covered in wet toilet paper because she used that instead of paper towels to dry off, and literal drug needles.
Oh, man.
All right, TikTok. I want you to stitch this and tell me about the craziest customer experience you've
I was a policeman, so I had plenty of crazy customers.
Oh, shit.
But I'll tell you a story. I got dispatched on a sick animal in the middle of an intersection one time. And this is the middle of a mid-sized city, but it's definitely an urban area. So I get there, and it's a possum. And he's kind of meandering around, and he won't get out of the road. Nobody will come get this animal because it's not a domestic animal. So I'm going to have to shoot it. The possum looked like it'd gotten into some kind of drugs or something. So I'm waiting on my sergeant to okay it because there's going to be gunfire. I hear this squeaky bicycle rolling up. It's getting louder and louder. And then all of a sudden, a homeless guy jumps off with a duffel bag and goes, "I got him!" So he leaps off the bicycle and catches this possum in a duffel bag. He jumps back on the squeaky bicycle and takes off, going, "Woohoo!" True story.
I want you to stitch this and...
That was like super, super weird and creepy to the mother. Bruh. He probably like, I'm getting dinner tonight. You know?
I hope not.
You know, some places,
Yeah.
they down south.
Tell me about the craziest customer experience you've ever had.
Stay tuned. This is going to be a good one. I used to work for this really big box retailer in Canada that sells tires. Just for legal reasons, we will call this Pomadian Pyre. One day this guy came in and he was returning headlights for his truck that he had switched out of the package and put his old headlights in the new package and tried to get his money back. Well, I'm not fucking stupid and I know what old headlights look like, so I told him no, he couldn't return them. And this is where it gets ugly. So this guy takes a light bulb out of the package, starts stomping on it on the floor, like broken glass everywhere, and says, "You should have just returned my money, you capitalist bitch." So at this point, I'm pissed. Like, they're fucking $6 light bulbs. So I look at him and I say, "Are you really that strapped?" And he gets violent, like for part 2. Sorry guys, I'm at work and it got really busy, but here's part 2. So after I said that to him because I wasn't taking his shit, he took the other light bulb out of the package, and this guy must have been a fucking baseball player or something because his arm, buddy, he threw the other light bulb and it hit me square in the forehead, like literally right here. Yes, I bled. Yes, I had scratches on my face. And then he left the store, came back in, asked for my name, and spit in my face. Like, I shit you not, full on. So when he asked for my name and corporate number, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I walked up to him and I did this.
Tell me you've been single a long time.
Hey, bro.
Ain't no way.
I would have lost my job, bro.
I would have went to jail. I would have lost my job and I would have been in jail.
Bro, because ain't no way you finna have me bleed and spit on me. And you think I ain't finna do not a squat dilly these dudes?
I'm just like picturing myself in that situation.
You ain't got no stories, do you?
Not that's like worth like telling. I kind of got a kind of like that bathroom story, but it wasn't as like hers with the. It wasn't like that, but no.
I guess. No, mine's just, I got plenty, but that's...
You know my memory bad.
But with that being said, man, y'all spam us up in the comment section down below. We would love to hear y'all stories, man. So
Please
let us
do.
know. But as always, y'all know how it goes. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is. We are.
Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't tell your back.